George truly, Nathan Williams, down here at Wilshire Gun. Today, unfortunately, not going to go on the range and shoot. I know, bummer, I'm not a fan. But today I'm going to talk to you about a really cool type of design for some of these guns behind me. So today we're going to be talking about bullpup. Bullpup, what's bullpup? So for those of you who've been hiding under a rock, bullpup is a very unique design for shotguns, assault rifles, or modern sporting rifles, and then your long distance precision shooting rifles. So, bullpup, what does it look like, and why do I need to know about it? Why do I even care? I've got my AR, I've got my AK, you know, why do I care about bullpup? How's that going to affect me? Well, I want to show you. Well, this guy up here, this is your Steyr AUG. Probably the most iconic bullpup out on the market. And then this right here, this is the IWI Tavor. So, both of these have 18.5-inch barrels, very compact in size, and they offer the same length barrel as this Black Rain. So right off the bat, the first thing I can tell you that is very noticeable is the overall length of all three of these different platforms. So if you look in here, I mean, so from your butt plate all the way to your muzzle brake, much longer than your Tavor and your Steyr. Also, a very unique thing about the bullpup designs is that with your typical AR platform, all your controls are right in the center of the gun. So you have your mag weld, mag release, your safety. If it's ambidextrous, you'll see it on both sides, but on this particular gun, it's not. You know, then so all your controls are right in the center of the gun. Whereas your bullpup design, so your Tavor, you got your safety right next to the trigger, it's where you always want it. But then your mag release is back here, your mag well is right here. And then also your bolt catch, your bolt release is to the rear of the gun. So everything has been moved back into the stock. So back to your AR, all you have back here is your buffer tube and then dead space. So bullpup design utilizes all this dead space to make the firearm very compact, but yet still using a long barrel to give you that precision if you're needing to take your firearm out to longer distances. Then up to the Steyr, same thing. So all your controls have been moved back into the actual stock of the gun, except obviously your safety is right where you want it. So very unique, very awesome, very innovative. The only downside to your bullpup designs is you're pretty much limited to one caliber. The Steyr, you're stuck with 5.56. Your Tavor, you can do either a 9mm conversion kit, which doesn't take too long to convert your 5.56 into a 9mm or vice versa, but you have to it is a little bit in depth. As far as your AR platform goes, all you have to do is pop 2 pins off, upper comes off, slap a new one on, a 5.7 by 28 upper, that's the FN57 round, 9mm, 22, 300 blackout. I mean, there are just so many other options for your AR platform. So the pros and cons for, you know, for each different firearm and then also each different design. So you're gonna have to figure out which platform and which design suits your needs best. All right, so we just covered your AR style, modern sporting rifle style, bullpups, and your typical AR style rifle. Now we're going to move on to shotguns. As you can tell, we have a good selection of shotguns here. I bet you can tell which one's a bullpup. No. Nope. Oh, there it is. See? Very simple, very easy to find out, to figure out which one is your bullpup and which one's not. So, pretty much the same characteristics that all of these guys over here with the Steyr AUG and the Tavor, they did the exact same thing. They moved everything to the stock of the shotgun. So if you're looking at this, well, shotguns don't have buffer tubes, so this is all just dead space back here. This shotgun up here, all right, it's got a folding stock, cool. but once again, dead space. And then obviously this guy doesn't even have a stock. So once again, wasted space. So guys down at Kel-Tec decided, hey, you know what? Let's come up with a bullpup shotgun. And here is the Kel-Tec KSG. An amazing shotgun. Absolutely love it. All of these shotguns all have their own unique characteristics. Mossberg 500, you know, you can either get, it comes with a pistol grip, so it looks just like this, or you can have a stock on it. But once again, dead space. This guy up here, this is a Mossberg that's been converted with a Sidewinder package. So you got a little 10-round drum mag, and you can put a forward assist on it, all sorts of crazy stuff, collapsible stock. It's still just a Mossberg pump shotgun. Kel-Tec, it's also a pump as well. And then this guy up here, this is a Cobra TriStar Tactical. It's been modified to accept a Mossberg folding stock. But you know, with this shotgun, you know, you got a red dot, got a foregrip, so you can add some stuff to it. Now, some of the unique features about all of these shotguns, you know, it's kind of like what I just touched on just a few moments ago. Different stocks. You've got a 12-round, or correction, a 10-round drum mag. All sorts of gizmos you can add to it. Folding stock, gizmos to it as well. But once again, one of the big things that a bullpup shotgun allows you to do is it's a much much more shorter platform. I mean, compare these two. So you have a 12-inch barrel, or correction, you have an 18.5-inch barrel. You actually have a stock, so you can shoulder it. This here, you don't. And take a look. This pistol grip shotgun is longer than a bullpup shotgun. Also, you're limited on your round selection. So depending on your shot choice, you know, you could have anywhere between, you know, 5 to 7 rounds. This guy up here, 2 3/4, you have 15 rounds on board. Has 2 tubes, 7 rounds in each tube, 1 in the chamber. I mean, 15 rounds, can't beat that. As opposed to 10, 6, and 7 as well up there. Now, recoil. Is it going to be worse? Well, that depends. Recoil is going to be horrible on this because you're holding it in your hand. Now with stocks, you're going to tend to get more recoil directed back into your shoulder, but there's really no recoil management in any stock shotgun. Some might have collapsible buffers built into the stock, extended butt plates butt pads to help with recoil management. Doesn't really do a whole lot to mitigate the actual 12 gauge round. So the felt recoil in the Kel-Tec is going to be identical to any 12 gauge shotgun. One of the things this does allow you to do though is it's very lateral, so you're able to shoot and keep your sights on your target. Now, just like the AR style bullpups, all your controls have been moved back. Safety is where it needs to be. But really cool thing is that your selector switch, so you can select what tube you want. So one tube you could have less than lethal rounds, and the other tube you can have lethal rounds. Or you can have bird shot in one, slug in the other, buck or slug, you know, whatever. There's tons of different possibilities. So you can really load this shotgun out to your liking. But you can select what tube, so that's back here. Then also where you load them is back here. Then also the ejection port is also to the rear as well. So you're not going to have any shells flying out from the side or anything like that. So if you have multiple shooters, you don't have to worry about shells flying across their face. Unlike all of these guys where it's a traditional pump shotgun, it all ejects out the side. Very unique. All three have all four have really awesome characteristics about them all. But if you want something short with a full 18.5-inch barrel, just like all these other guys have, you know, I say more. Kel-Tec's where it's at. Now, moving on down the line to your long-range precision shooting rifles. If you can't figure out which one the bullpup is, you need to get your eyes checked. pretty self-explanatory. So this guy right here, this is your Desert Tech. Phenomenal, phenomenal rifle. Great thing about these guys, you can customize your rifle out to, you know, whatever caliber you like. 308, 338, I mean, list goes on and on. And all it is, simple change up front. Conversion kits you can buy, easy swap out, they have multiple calibers. Ruger Scout, Remington 700, you know, they all have their unique purpose. Great guns, all three of them. But once again, if you're looking for something that's compact, very easy to shoulder and to maneuver, Bullpup is definitely where it's at. Remington 700, everybody loves a 700. Everybody's more than likely shot a Remington 700. There's so many different options you can do. You can make a Remington 700 into a Bullpup. There are stocks out there that allow you to do that. But once again, you're going to be shelling more money out to convert your 700 into a Bullpup. This guy here, all you got to do, slap on some optics. You can even suppress it because it does come threaded. Very unique platform, very accurate at distance. You can't say anything bad about it. So obviously pros and cons. Pro, obviously, the length. Much shorter, you still get your accuracy at distance. With some of the calibers, you do get a longer barrel. Like 338, you'll get a much longer barrel, just so that you get much more accuracy downrange. Has a really big butt plate, so you can really get a nice shouldered feel. If you got a shoulder high or low, you're going to be able to cover that. These guys, typical length butt plate, recoil management, all pretty good. Ruger Scout kicks pretty good, depending on the round that you decided to use in the Desert Tech. Can kick pretty good. And 700, same thing. Whatever caliber you like, it does kick. Also, caliber change. Once again, another pro for the Desert Tech. Your Ruger and your Remington, you're stuck with whatever caliber you choose. Another pro, it's magazine fed. 700 and the 700 has an internal box. The Ruger Scout is also magazine fed as well. So there's a few pros of being magazine fed. You know, internal magazines can have an issue with feeding or whatever issue you can possibly have with that. So you can't really change that out. If you have a bad mag, throw it away, get a new one, continue firing. Also has a really nice big bolt. You know, Ruger Scout doesn't. 700, it's got a little bit bigger bolt, so it has something really nice to grab a hold of so you can get that positive action to throw it and to send rounds downrange. Be sure it's locked in place. As far as your controls, safety is obviously next to the trigger, where, like I've said, where you always want it. Mag release, everything's been moved back. Mag release for your Ruger, it's obviously up front with all your other controls. But once again, dead space, all your stuff. So each of these unique platforms all have their desired purpose. So it's up to you whether you want to get something that's very unique and innovative, or if you want to stick with something more traditional. Choice is yours. Now, that was just a quick, down and dirty, nitty-gritty discussion about bullpups in 3 different categories. You know, there's a lot more in-depth detail that you can read on all the manufacturers' websites. There's a lot more other videos out there. So what I highly recommend is, if you're in the market to either buy an AR style rifle, a shotgun, or a long distance rifle, do your research. Bullpup might be right for you, it might not. Do your research, and while you're doing your research, come on down here to Wilshire Gun. We have all of these guns in stock. You can talk to any of our associates. We'll be more than happy to talk to you more in depth about each one of these. And also, while you're here, come on down to our range, check it out. One of the only indoor 101-yard ranges anywhere. So come on down, check us out. And also, while you're here, let us show you what high caliber entertainment is all about.